Hey everybody, this is Miko with the Permit Empire, and I want to thank you so much for those of you who joined into this conversation tonight. Now, I am going to make this really quick video, and this is going to be quick. And I just decided to drop in because this was on my mind. This was something that was on my mind. So I wanted to drop in and just do this real quick video and just leave this here for food for thought for the most part. I'm sure you see the title of this video. And so, like I said, I just want to talk about that mindset. Hey, Robin, good to see you in here. But I wanted to talk about something real quick. Just like I said, it's been on my mind and I was thinking about it, right? I get this question a lot. There's a question I get a lot. And like I get it all the time. And I understand the question. I completely understand it. It's not a bad question. It's not a crazy question. But I get that question. It always makes me stop to think. Hey, Marie, good to see you in here. Hey, LaQuisia, good to see you in here. But it always makes me stop to think, right? I get asked all the time, how do I, when I'm telling a contractor or I'm telling a potential client, when I'm telling them my price, like, how do I justify my price? How do I justify my price to a potential client? Right? um I think a lot of times when I'm talking to someone, they want to charge a little bit more, but they don't want to scare people away. So I think that's where that conversation is coming from. And because you don't have the confidence in it yet, because it's not something that you've maybe done a lot of. Now, with that being said, though, I get that question from people who even are doing permit running as a service. They already do it. So I still get that question, even from them. So I have to stop and I have to say, hey, Black Sugar Designs, good to see you in here. But I have to say, what it is we take the lower route. A lot of times we'll just accept that lower amount. We'll accept it just for the sake of saying, well, I have a client. Not realizing that even here's the thing with permit running and in any business you're doing too, because I know a lot of us, we do maybe other things, right? But a lot of times, we'll just take that lesser amount. And in the end, it really just hurts us, right? And I say that because we still have to cover our living expenses with that money. And whoever we're taking care of, our kids, our family members, just ourselves, we have to take care of ourselves out of that money that we've just charged that client. So when we go in with the mindset of, oh, this is just nothing, or, hey, he can get somebody else to do it, or they can get somebody else to do this. This is nothing. So, hey, let me just go ahead and just charge $50 because I want to get the client. I want to, no, we have to stop accepting that. What it is like we just walk in that defeat. Like we're already taking the low road every time when it's not even necessary. When people will legitimately pay us for that service and pay us in a way that we can actually live off of the money that we make from this business. Here's the other thing, what I noticed just in a lot of conversations, a lot of times people still have jobs. Like you still have your 9 to 5, and you might do permit running or notary or loan signing, multiple different things, right? Courier service, you might just do that on the side. And you do that on the side because for the most part, right, you can't live off of that money that maybe you're making. You can't completely relinquish that other job, and just the money that you're making from this business will support you wholeheartedly. But if you charged more for your service, if you did just charge more for your service and didn't treat it like a side hobby, or, just this is what I do on the side. If you didn't treat it that way, then maybe it could support you. If you gave it that same respect, if you gave your business that same respect, right? And you came in and you charged appropriately for the services that you're providing. You charge not just because I'm trying to get this client, or, I just don't know. So I'm scared because I don't want to run people off. Some people you got to run off. And I've had to learn that myself. Some people, I was glad that I ran them off with my prices. I've said this before. I had one guy, I met two contractors one time at the same building department at the same time. Like it was a long line at this point. It was like a long line, and we were doing in-person submissions at that point. So I'm there, and of course I got my shirt on with my information on, and I had one guy. Now both of them were roofers as well, right? Two different, they weren't there together. They were just waiting to get their permit or whatever. And they're both roofers. I had a conversation with the one guy and I told him my price. He said, okay, I'll call you. Okay. He said, okay, I'll call you. I had a conversation with the other guy. He saw me talking to that other roofer and he wanted to talk to me now too, so that, maybe I could be doing his permits too. Now I had the same conversation with him because they're doing the same stuff. They're doing the same roofing packages. It's all the same. So I'm having that same conversation with him, and he was like, "No, what are you crazy? What are you driving a Mercedes? He just all this extra stuff, right?" I still gave him my number. I still had that conversation with him. Hey, you never know how these things go. Maybe they need time to think about it. So I had that conversation with him still, and was very, polite about it. Gave him my card. We traded numbers just as I traded numbers with the other guy. The other guy called me next week to say, "Okay, I got a permit. Like, let me see. I'm going to give you this one. Let's see how this goes, and let's go from there." Perfect. I did that permit. He paid me what I asked for. No problem. Still my client as of right now. Just talked to him earlier today. Still my client, right? The other guy called me and he wanted to get me to do something that was a little bit smaller, right? He didn't want to pay what I asked for. So he was like, "Can you do this notice of commencement for me?" And a notice of commencement is just basically it's a form that states to the county. It shows the county that, hey, I am starting on this project. This project exceeds $2,500 in value. It'll probably add some value to this property. And that's the way also your county is tracking, your property value as well. They take that into consideration, right? So but it's a quick service. It's something that I don't charge very much for. It's a quick service. It's one of those quick things, right? No big deal. I gave him my fee for that. And oh my goodness. He was like, "What? You charge that for that too? I could just do it myself." I was like, "Okay, you can do it yourself." He calls me back like 2 days later. "Can you do it for me?" We did all of that. We have been doing all of this conversation about something I'm only charging, very small amount of money for. It's very small amount. I think at that time when I spoke to him, I was charging him like $30 to do this notice of commencement. Quick thing, right? And he was like, "I could just do it myself then." Okay. Calls me back 2 days later, right? Goes back. "Oh, okay, I need you to do it. I really, really need you to do it for me." And in the end, I ended up not doing it. I chose to walk away from this because if for everything that I'm trying to do, I wasted more time with him going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth than how much I would have really like I lost more time than what I would have gained from doing that notice of commencement and making $30. So in the end, after he had called me, he had texted me, he was like, "It's like you're playing games." Like it got so crazy, but it was because he was trying to wear me down with my price. And so I had to take a stand and say, "Hey, no, this is not going to happen. I already know my worth. Like I already know what this service should be going for. I already know that I can get more because I do get more. I already know that. I already know that. And if you're saying to me, I could just do it myself, you can. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And I will now take my effort and put it into another client, someone who actually is paying me for my service, someone who's actually paying me for my time, for my expertise, for my assistance, someone who's paying me for that. Right? Black Sugar Designs, you are absolutely right. All money is not good money. And I think maybe people like we hear that, but I think people don't really want to take that and hold on to it. No, some people, it's okay that you do not get that client. Some stuff, it's okay. It is okay. There's no reason for you to go into situations where you know that you're going to be like pinching pennies to make it happen. Or the other thing, right? A lot of people say, "Well, I'll just have to get more clients. And that way I'll be good if I just get more and more and more clients." What happens when you burn out? What happens then? Because once you listen, I'm going to at least speak for myself. Once I get to that point where I'm like exhausted, I'm not doing anything. That's it. My body is like, "Nope, you're not doing nothing." And then now I've accumulated all of this backlog because I got all these clients and I'm burnt out and I can't now I'm making everybody unhappy, and now I've got to deal with that too. So with that being said, like I said, I just wanted to jump in here, right? I want to jump in because I want you to take if you're doing any business, if you're operating in business, stop looking at business from a point of this is my side business or this is my side hustle. It's your business. It is your business. And it should be able to sustain you. Your business should be able to sustain you. Your side business, in which I'm telling you, please, let's not look at it as even a side business. Your business. This is your business. This thing should be feeding you, not the other way around. Like, I get it when we first start in business, it's like, okay, like that business is like a baby that you're just giving to it and you're giving your at some point we got to get past that. We can't stay there, and we can't be okay with staying there. That's the other thing. We can't accept that as normal. That's just what we're supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be burning both ends of the candle to make a little bit of money, or to just pay my bills, and that's it. That's all we got, right? We cannot go to that route, right? So again, I said I just wanted to jump in here because that was on my mind. I get that question so much where we're, feeling like we have to defend our prices. No, stop doing that. Take your time and stop wasting your time with those people who want to negotiate for every nickel and dime. Well, will you do this for free? Well, some things we do for free. Yes, my clients, I notarize their document, a lot of their documents, right? When it's the basics for the permit applications, I have that. It's already like included in my price, right? So they don't see me as really that I'm charging different or charging a separate fee, because I've already included some of that stuff in my price, whether they, it's already there. So, and I'm always concerned. I'm always not concerned, but I always consider those extra things that they will need. Even when you first meet your client, you're asking those questions. Hey, so what is it that you need from me? But you're taking that. I'm considering right then when they tell me what they need, how much I'm going to charge. And if they come back to me and say that it is just too much, okay, I understand. I completely understand. Like, some people will like be angry about it too. That's just the way it goes. No, this is what I charge. And they're angry because really they need your service. They need your help. But people don't want to pay that. If you let people get away with not paying you much, guess what? They will not pay you much. That is what it is. So no, this is your business. Your business should be feeding you. Your business should be taking care of you. It should not be that you're losing to operate this business. Again, of course, when we first get into it, we have to get our equipment. We have to get our license, all that, all these different things, our insurance, of course. But there is no way we should just accept that over time that we are just going to continue to operate at such low levels. We cannot. We cannot operate at such low levels. And that's in anything we do. Again, it is a lesson I've had to learn. I wish someone would have really sat down with me and told me that when I first started, because I did have clients where I was taking a low dollar amount. Hey, this is all I know. This is what I got, right? This is what I think it is. And so that's what I was accepting. And I was getting a lot of clients, and I had to really sit down and stop and say, hey, this is not working. This is not working. This is not serving me as well, right? It's not that I'm just out here working and, I'm going to crash. No. This needs to serve me as well. But yes, we need insurance, Black Sugar Designs. We need to have errors and omission insurance. Dealing with the paperwork, right? Because I know, like with, like, let's say notary, you have, that for the E&O for that, but also with this business, you should have errors and omission. I believe I have $1 million policy for document processing. It's something like that, but it's got its list of things that kind of are included with that. But that's what I have for my permit running service. So, but yes, you should have insurance for your permit running service, just to kind of cover yourself, errors and omissions insurance. You need that for yourself, to cover yourself in case something goes wrong. It happens. You are covered, right? But yes, definitely. Also, I do want to thank everyone who has signed up for the boot camp so far. We're doing that workshop on May 13th. It is a Saturday, and it is from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are really going to get into quite a bit of different areas when it comes to permit running. We're going to be discussing permit running, getting started in permit running, extra services you can be providing and get paid for those things. We're going to talk about what you do when you get a client. We're going to go ahead and get into all of that. We're going to discuss that there. So if you do want more information, if you want to attend that workshop, again, you have like 30 days. We got time, right? It's May 13th. That's a Saturday. It's from 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Now, I am going to close the registration just like I did with the last one. I'm going to close it before we get to that date. And I'm telling you why, is because I do have homework. I do homework assignments. So if you signed up and you didn't know that I was going to do that, surprise, because guess what? I have some homework assignments before we get into the actual course because I want to, just I want to get you ready. I want to get you ready because when we get in there, I want us to be able to really take a look into permit running. Hey, this is how you're getting started. This is what you do. And we're going to talk about the fact I talked about it today. We need insurance. We're going to talk about it there too. We're going to talk about those things. We're going to get that information needed to go ahead and get out there and execute on what we've learned. We're going to go ahead and get started because there's no reason that you don't have a client. You can have your clients as well. Again, I understand that a lot of people do a lot of different things and you want to add this into this. Hey, but with that being said, I still go back to your business should be able to support you. It should be able to take care of you. Right? So again, I want to thank you guys so much. Like I said, I didn't want to be in here too long. Didn't want to be in here too late. This time change, I'm still working on it, right? Because it's just daylight for me. So it's making me work later. And I'm like, I actually have to put the brakes on and go, get out of here and go on and walk your dog. So y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me on Monday. I know there's a lot of things you could be doing, but you took some time out with me today. So I want to thank you again so very much. If you have questions, if you have comments, definitely feel free to leave them in the chat. I definitely look forward to getting back to you. Oh, and you know what? Before I get out of this chat, I'm also going to post the boot camp because I see VB, you're asking about it. I'm going to post the link for the boot camp in here. So if you want to check it out, then feel free. By all means, it will be there for you to go ahead and check out. And again, I want to thank all of you who have already signed up for it, right? So I'm leaving it in here now, and I'll leave it in the video as well if you want to take a look at it even after this video ends. But again, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I will chit chat with you soon.